Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Today we're going to make something a little different. We're not going to use a wire wreath frame. We're going to use a hula hoop. So my friend Margie from Maggie's Forever Yours made this a few years ago, and I asked if I could share it here on YouTube, and she said of course. So what do I want you to do? I want you to go to her Facebook page, her Etsy link. I want you to follow her and let her know how much you appreciate her sharing this with us. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to make something a little different. My friend Margie has a shop called Maggie's Forever Yours, and she put up a picture of this hula hoop wreath that she made a few years ago, and I said, Margie, I really like that. Can I make that for YouTube? And she's like, of course you can. So Margie makes amazing wreaths. She makes beautiful wreaths. If you want to buy a wreath that is beautiful, you need to go to Maggie's Forever Yours on Etsy and on Facebook. I'm going to leave all her links in the description box below. But she was gracious enough to share this idea of something that she made a few years ago, and I just thought I want to run with it. So basically I spent all last weekend going from store to store to store to find a smaller hula hoop, because you know how big hula hoops can get. Okay, so I found this hula hoop. Now when you put it together, I took it apart here, guys, and you know how hula hoops make that sound? Well, this made that sound. So this one is like a 22 inch in diameter hula hoop. So this is the smaller version. Even though you can't see it all on the screen, this is the smaller version. I found these at five below. Okay, so if you see a smaller one, get it. The other option you could do is just get a big embroidery hoop, okay, or get one of those big 18-inch wreath frames at the Dollar Tree. So you can just kind of like use a few different things in place of a hula hoop. Don't be like, oh, I can't find a hula hoop, I can't make it. No, use something else. Use an embroidery hoop. Use like one of those 18-inch frames, wire frames. I think they even sell like 24-inch ones at Hobby Lobby. So you can get a big frame, okay? So one of the things that she did was she used the Dollar Tree burlap. This is not the Dollar Tree burlap. I think it's even a little bit skinnier. This is the only thing closest that I had for the Dollar Tree burlap, but I'm not going to use this. What I think I like to do, or at least I want to try, is I want to try the Dollar Tree decorative nautical rope, because when I added some, and of course I had to take it off because I wanted to start it over, but I feel like this is going to add a really nice texture to this wreath. So we're going to start our process here with the rope. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find the spot where if your hula hoop has the noise makers, you know what I'm saying? You want to unattach this. There was like a little, what do you call it? A little staple, and I just popped that open and I got rid of all the stuff. You will make a mess if you're not careful. So basically what you're going to do, I'm going to just find, where's my rope that I already used? Okay. So we're just going to cut this. I think I'm going to need about 6 or 7 of these. So I'm going to have to go back to my storage room and get some more. But what I want to do, you're going to have your glue gun out and handy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep this apart. Okay, I'm going to put some stuff to the side. You're going to need some twine. I'm going to use this just because simply I have it on hand. Dollar Tree does sell some, so you can get this at Dollar Tree. So we're going to start with our rope. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the rope tightly around the hoop, okay? But what I'm not going to do is I am not going to put any glue on the hoop yet, because I want to make this as easy as possible. So what I want to do is I'm going to start here so that it's a little easier to wrap. Let me make sure you can see this. It's a little loud. Okay. So I'm just going to start here, all right, so that I can wrap my hula hoop. And as you can see, I want it to be very nice and close together, all right? Now, I'm going to get one of my chip clips. Again, a Dollar Tree item. If you would like to order any of this stuff from Dollar Tree, I will have my links in the description box below. And you can order online, and guys, you don't necessarily have to order a box of one item. They are allowing you to like purchase four items at a time on some things. So there is a new way to purchase from Dollar Tree. So you can click on that link. If you say, oh, I can't find that at my Dollar Tree, go online. And usually you can just have it shipped to your Dollar Tree and you don't have to pay that shipping. So I'm going to push this now because we need a little bit more room. And you're just going to keep wrapping it. Okay. So it covers at least, let's see. It's going to cover probably about 9 inches of your hoop. Okay. And I like doing this because this is something different. You know, it's fun and it's different. And this is perfect for the summer, guys. Very great. And this is not going to be too big for your door. This is going to be just right. Okay. So this part, I'm not going to do anything to it yet. Okay. So what am I going to do at this point? I'm just going to move it all the way around our hula hoop base here. And if you're left-handed, you can start on this side. Okay. All right. So it's really important you keep your clips on it just so that, you know, you don't want this to come apart, all right? So now I'm going to pull it down a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my glue gun. All right. This is my Cordless glue gun. I love this glue gun. Hope you can see here. Let me make sure you can see. All right. And I'm just going to put some glue on this. You can get my glue gun, the mats, anything that I use in these videos pretty much is usually in that Amazon shop of mine. So I'm just going to hold that down, okay? Might even take this clip. And it's like the perfect size to hold something down. It just is. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to pull it all down. We don't want any gaps because we don't want the green to show. And I'm going to go over here. And let's see. I think I'm going to glue it under here because I want to cut off that part. So I'm just going to add some glue. All right. And I'm going to push it down. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all this rope around our hula hoop, and I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to connect it to the last one, okay? I'm not going to cut this one yet. I'm going to wait. So let's do this. I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to bring it around, and then I'm going to show you how we can meet the two at the bottom here so that it looks good. Okay, so we can take this one off because it's nice and dry. So let's move this over. And make sure you can see it. I'm going to take this one off. And then we're going to kind of just push this one in. Let's push this one in some more. Okay. So let's turn this over. This is kind of interesting. This is really fun to work with when you're trying to film it. Okay. So we're going to look here. So that one is right there. So I'm going to put some glue right. It's like perfect. So I'm just going to put some glue here. And I'm going to hold that. I'm going to cut this off, this excess rope here. And what's kind of nice about this is that when we're going to take the rope and we're going to go crisscross around this wreath and just to kind of add a nice design to it. And Margie, she goes by Margie, but her shop's named Maggie's, but she goes by both. Margie did something like this for her grandson's wedding, and instead of a bunch of flowers in it, she did a crisscross thing, and then they slipped photos for the wedding. So it was really pretty and just kind of a unique way to add, you know, some decor and an inexpensive way to kind of show off some pictures. So, okay, so that's going to dry. So as you can see, that's how we connected it. So now we're going to do, let's see, we're going to at least let's see, we're going to use at least 7 ropes for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep adding them, and I'm going to connect them, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the next step. Okay, as you can see, I don't even know if you can really see it all, but I have it all wrapped except for one more section. This was 6 of these ropes, and I have glue all over my nails now. But I wanted to show you how I'm going to put it together. I'm going to add glue, and this is my Gorilla Glue Sticks, guys. And it's really important to remember that not all glue sticks are the same. So be careful. This is nice and hot. And I'm going to put it together like so. I'm going to pull it. Woo, that's hot. All right, so I'm just going to hold this here, and I'm going to add one more piece of rope, or one more strand of rope. Now, if you get to the point and say, I only have 6, you don't even have to fill this part, okay? Because we're going to put a piece of foam here, and we're going to add flowers, and it's not really going to be shown. But since I have it, I'm just going to finish it so that if I hang it on like my glass door on my porch, that I won't see the hula hoop. So I'm going to hold this, let this set up. I'm going to add one more thing of rope, and then we'll start on the next part. Okay, so let's go to the next step. So we have our wreath, our hula wreath, already wrapped. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the places that, this is the back of the wreath where I glued it down, and we're going to run string across sections of this wreath. And so basically what I want to do is I want to find I have some purple stuff on here, so I want to make sure I don't get that purple in my wreath. I'm going to cut that out. I don't know why it's on there. It's on the bottom, so have no clue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to start it. So if I have a place where I have some glue, I'm just going to wrap around it because this is a rustic wreath, okay? We're just going to wrap around it. We're going to go with it here, and I'm just going to tie it off here. And I'm probably going to put a little dab of glue down in there. Doesn't hurt to have everything staying where it needs to stay. All right, so we're going to just do that, and we're going to let that dry. And so basically we want to find a spot, I'm going to trim this now, where we want it to go across our frame. So let's just go across the frame like this. But you know what? I'm going to see where this other piece of glue is. And I want to make sure you guys can see behind me here. See what Julie's doing. So I'm going to just kind of bring this around. Probably could just do this. Let's just cut off a really long piece. So I just cut off a piece so that's just a little easier to work with, because you can just keep restarting these over. So I'm just going to wrap it around there. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to keep the string on the back side of this. I don't want it to come on the front side of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap around this. There is no right or wrong. You're just going to do whatever you can to make it work, okay? So I'm just going to wrap it around, and I'm going to put another piece of glue there just to keep it. Glue it down, and then again, just use a chip clip. And then I'm going to go underneath of it because I want it, like you see, I want it to stay on the back side. I don't want it to come on the front side because I want to put some foam, okay? So here is a little knot. Let's get that knot out of my rope here. So basically, you're going to have fun. You're just going to crisscross applesauce. You know, here's another spot where there was glue. So I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of glue. And I'm just going to wrap it because this rope just kind of goes with it. And I like that. So I'm going to wrap it around, and then I'm going to go under, over, and under. Okay. All right. We got some glue there. We can add another piece of glue. Now I'm going to let's go down here. All right. I'm going to wrap it over top again. I'm going to put another piece of glue. I'm going to make sure it's pretty tight here. Oops. That one wasn't as tight. Let's put some more glue. And then put a clip. That's what I love about these clips. We'll just put a clip on it and it'll hold it until it's dry. All right. And so we're going to put a piece of glue piece, a dab of glue, Julie, a dab. Listen, words are hard sometimes. I need a t-shirt, you guys. I can do t-shirts and tote bags with Julie's Wreath Boutique sayings on them. Should I do that? Have a t-shirt that says words are hard. And, you know, I'm just trying to get through the day. You know what I'm saying? When you're a mom, you're a stay-at-home mom, and then you're a stay-at-home business working mom, and then you homeschool on top of it, girl, I got a full day going on here. So you could wrap this around several times. I'm going to wrap this around a few times. I'm going to go underneath like I did before. I think this will be the last one. We'll have to get another piece of strand here. And I'm going to put another dab of glue here. You could even tie a knot. We should probably just tie a knot. Here, I'm going to go through here and we're going to tie a knot. See if that works. And adding the glue just helps it just a little bit. There we go. So I just put a knot. So you can do that too, okay? And let's see here. Let's go up here, and then I'm kind of at the end here. Am I at the end? Well, I could go down there. We can do that. And so if you don't want to add glue, just do a knot. Just kind of, but see, I added a knot and it just pulled it away. So you do still need to add glue. There is no rhyme or reason here, guys. None whatsoever. Just get those Dollar Tree chip clips. That's what I would recommend. Make sure you have the Dollar Tree chip clips. And you just have it, hold it in place there. All right. All right. That one's a little, I don't know. We might even glue that down some. Okay. But that's okay. So we're going to do this. And now I'm going to just end it here. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not doing a star pattern. I'm not doing any sort of pattern. I'm just going back and forth. There is no pattern to this. So just do what you want to do. Like, so right here, I'm just going to make a little knot, but I'm also going to make sure that I add some glue so that it stays. Now, if you wanted to, you could just wrap around. I don't want to do that. I have a reason why I don't want to do that. You could just wrap around it, and if that's easier for you to do that, then do that, okay? But I'm going to keep it like so, and I'm going to do, a few more of these. I'm going to go back and forth and just till I have it the way I want it, and then I'll come back. Okay, so the next part is we're going to figure out, okay, so where do I want all my, flowers to be? And I'm just going to kind of look here. I think I'm going to do it here because I had a little issue right here with with my, my rope, I guess I should say. And so I'm just going to, I'm just going to be honest, guys. I would probably just recommend you going up and over and not really try it the way I did. I did it the hard way and made it harder than it needed to be. So learn from my mistake. I like the way it looks. Don't get me wrong. I like that it looks, I'm going to just try to get this little zip tie through here to kind of pull up on this slack here of this rope. Don't get me wrong. I like the way that it turned out. It was a lot of work. So I would just wrap your rope around your hula hoop. That was just, it would be easier if I had done that. And unfortunately, I didn't do that, but that's okay. So this right here is where we're going to add our foam. So I want to just kind of go like this, but I want to cut off. Can you guys see? I want to make sure you can see. I'm going to cut off with my knife here. Where's my knife? I always have a little knife down here. And I'm going to cut off these little edges. Let's see if we can make this work. Kind of make it stick down there just a little bit more. I didn't need to do that. That's okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of felt to match the back of this because I want this to be covered on the back, and it's going to help cover, it's going to help hold our stuff in. So let me see, craft room, and I can't find a rotary cutter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to trace it out like so. Okay. always keep felt on hand. It's just easier. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to get my pins out. Okay, so I've got my pins out. I've got my felt. My kids are going to town upstairs. I'm going to flip this over. Okay, like so. And what we're going to do with these pins, we're going to put a little bit of glue on them, okay? Just put a little glue on the dab of your pen. This is why I wanted to do my roping on the back, but I think honestly it would be just fine the other way as well, because we're gonna go shopping in my storage area, and we're gonna find some flowers and some greenery and some ribbon, and we're gonna make a really simple bow. And I'm telling you, those elephants are going to town. Mom's gonna have to say something to remind them. And all the grandmas are watching and they're saying, leave those babies alone. Yeah. Someday I'll have a studio. That's my goal, is to have like a studio and have a Christmas tree up all year long so that I could make Christmas videos whenever I wanted to. So that's what we're going to do. Ouch. Julie, don't press down so hard. Oh my word. Goodness. And I'm getting lots of glue on my sparkly nails here. Let's put one down here. All right. Let me use this. Okay. All right. So I think that's going to hold. So now we're going to do one more step. Okay. So that's holding the back, but I also want to attach it to the base just because I want it to be really, 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 really secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my zip ties. I have longer zip ties, but I want to take these because they're not so mammoth. And I'm going to connect some together. Let's see if 3 will be enough. And we are going to connect these like so. And we're going to do this. Yeah, that'll work. Let's flip this over. So I'm going to do this on each side. So if you just take 3... And I'm not going to do it too tight because we don't want it to go through the foam, of course. But we want it just enough just to kind of anchor it to our base of our hula hoop. So let's get a few more. And this is just a fun, something different to make. I mean, some of you might have hula hoops just laying around from your kids, your grandkids, and they're not using them. I won't tell them if you don't say anything that you use their hula hoop. It'll be our little secret. So we're going to cut these, and then I'm going to glue that piece of felt on the back. And I probably should have got my low temp glue gun because this is probably going to eat at some of the greenery. Now I will tell you, this did not come from the Dollar Tree, this green foam, because the Dollar Tree, and I had gotten it out, they're already cut into little foam circles or foam squares. So that didn't eat through too bad. That's good. You could use these. You're just going to need to connect them maybe with some pins or something, or glue them together. So if you want to save a few bucks, you don't have to buy the big pack at the local craft store. Okay, so now we are ready to add our decor. Okay guys, we're gonna go with this. I'm not going to start with a bow first because I'm not sure that I want to do a bow after I got some really pretty flowers and greenery out of my back room. So let me throw these away. Let's get some, we're gonna get some of these, more of these floral pens out just in case I need some. I'm gonna have them handy here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the greenery first, and I have this kind of plastic greenery, and then I have some of these flowers that I purchased from the Wreath shop just recently, and I just really love the greeneries, and I just love those flowers. And I just thought the blue with the brown rustic I think would be really nice. So basically I'm just going to start clipping these, and I'm going to kind of make smaller increments, I guess is what I want to say. You kind of cut them at angles so that you take one and you have more than one piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, and we're just going to start adding and layering the greenery here. So you can add some glue to kind of help it stay together here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just I'm gonna work like, try to be pretty, what do you call it? Balanced. So that's kind of my goal here, is to try to be pretty balanced when I'm putting stuff together. So let's just cut all this. Let's see, can I get a couple? Sure. We're gonna cut it like right here so that we can make it go a little bit further. And I have a glue pot. I always forget to add the glue pot, or to plug it in. And then, you know, I'm not patient enough to add it. So if you have a glue pot, you know, get it plugged in. You're probably going to want to use it. So basically I'm going to take all of this and we're just going to make it into the foam. So I got all of that greenery on our wreath here, okay? And then I'm thinking, all right, I need something else. I went to the store and found this. I'm going to cut all of this and I'm going to fill in the back so that when we put in our flowers, it'll just start filling up. So let's just cut these pieces. And really, guys, there is no rhyme or reason here. Just have fun with it. Fill in all your gaps. You could definitely use, if you've got some good Dollar Tree stuff, you could definitely use that. I'm just gonna, this is stuff literally that's been in the back of my storeroom, and it's time to use it. I could use this space. I really could. I could see why one of those like easels would be really cool to work with, but I don't have one, so we're gonna make this work. So let's just make this. Another thing you could do, you don't have to do the foam. What you can do, and this is what Margie did, was she just took a wire and she just attached everything to the frame. She just wired it to the frame. This is me being extra. Let's just be honest. Julie wants to be extra, and this is what she's doing. So, and I'm just trying to fill this in. I am not a floral designer, guys. I'm just trying to fill in and just kind of get our spots here going. So just fill in the spots and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I'm taking a little break here. I wanted to secure this a little bit more because I felt like it was coming up. So basically I put some more glue and we're just we're holding it in place. And then on the back of it, I added some more pins on the top side in between the rope and the foam. So I'm just going to hold this together for a few minutes and we're going to just make this a little bit more secure. Okay, so I'm taking a little break here. I wanted to secure this a little bit more because I felt like it was coming up. So basically I put some more glue and we're just we're holding it in place. And then on the back of it, I added some more pins on the top side in between the rope and the foam. So I'm just going to hold this together for a few minutes and we're going to just make this a little bit more secure. Okay, so that's a lot more secure. Now I'm going to just flip it over and show you. We got kind of like the hot mess going on here. But I also took some pins and put them down on the string, put glue down into the foam, okay? So that's another step you can do just to make it a little bit more secure because this is getting a little heavier because we're adding all these florals. So I think this is a peony. I could be wrong. If you think you know the better name of this, let me know. I don't do this very well with the names. So we're gonna just add a few of these. Let's see if this will work. I might need to trim this up some more. We're gonna add one. Let's see here. Right there. I like this soft green foam. We need to fix that one because it's just so much easier to put your florals in than like the hard styrofoam. So I'm gonna add another one over here. And then we have some more greenery we're gonna just fill in. Again, I'm not sure about the ribbon. I don't have any ribbon that I'm just like loving that's going with that. So let's see here. Let's do one up here. I got these from I told you guys, the Wreath shop. And I just thought they were so pretty online. If they still have them, I will leave the link in the description box below for you. You know, as far as mesh and ribbon and all that stuff, I love Trendy Tree and I love the Wreath shop. They have really good quality supplies, and you know that you're going to get something good, okay? You're going to get something good. I'm going to find some more greenery, and we're going to just start adding in all over here. And we're just going to take a break, and I'm going to look at it, step back, and kind of hang it on my wall to see what more I want to do with this, okay? Okay, so I think we're almost at the end. I have trimmed up these little sprigs that I had here from this. Most, other than the blue that came from, you know, the Wreath shop, I think most of this came from maybe Michael's. I think I got this online a long time ago. I'm not really sure where I bought that. I tend to buy stuff and say, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. So all I'm going to do now is just going to add some of these. Guys, I'm not even going to add a bow to this. I really feel like if you want to add a bow, I'm going to leave my link for my bow tutorial. There's several bows. You could add a bow up here and just make it come down the side. I think that would be pretty. But for me, I'm just going to kind of leave it like it is. Like we have a few spots here, so we're just going to add. And you're just going to finish it off like that. You're just going to say, okay, we've got a spot. We need to fill that spot. Here's some greenery, okay? And this will add a little bit of white into this to give it, a little bit more of a springtime feel. Before I let you go, if you haven't signed up for my email list, sign up. The description box has the link below. Would love to have you do it. I'm sending out emails. I'm trying to send them out like once a week, so I'm not going to bother you too bad. But like when I put a new blog post or maybe have a new video or something and you might want to watch it, you don't want to miss it. Or maybe when yellow poly burlap is back in stock at Trendy Tree or the Wreath shop, I can let you guys know, all right? So I'm going to add a few more over here, and then we'll be done. We'll call it a day. Make sure you join my Wreath Creators and More Facebook group, you know, and if you've made it this far in the video, I want you to leave me some sort of summer emoji in honor of the hula hoop. I don't know that there is a hula hoop on the emoji list, but like there's swimming, there's summer activities, and this is what reminds me now. Like right here, I got a spot here that I want to fix. So I'm going to like add some glue and make a clip there and just make sure that that is a little bit better there. But I think this turned out really pretty. I know you can't see the whole thing, but it gives you kind of the look, and I'll take a good picture of it outside for you. But I really think that this is really pretty. I really love how it turned out. I just think it's really I like it. I'm really thank you, Margie, for telling me how you did this. And I would have never thought of a hula hoop, but you know what? It works. It really does work, and I love it. And make sure you guys go visit Maggie's Forever Yours on Facebook. Make sure you're following her there. She always has beautiful wreaths. And if you want to buy one, go to her Etsy shop and buy a wreath. I can attest, I've known her for quite a few years now, and she makes beautiful wreaths, and she always has just beautiful work. It's just always beautiful. So I'm going to add a few more. I wanted you guys to stay till the end to listen to. Now, if I was to make this wreath again, I would not have maybe kept all of that roping on the back of the wreath. It was a little bit of a hassle to do it that way. I would have just wrapped it around, and it would have been so much more easier. And honestly, I don't think it would have made a big difference where I put the foam, because I think I could have just, kept some of those crossovers away from the bottom as much. So that's what I would suggest you guys doing. Now, I've put this wreath on my front door. I love it that much. I don't normally keep him, but I'm keeping this one. One more thing that I think that would be really pretty is if you didn't want to do the crisscross of like the roping, I would try like a lace. Like, do you have a lace tablecloth that you could cut and like glue on the back of it? I think that would be beautiful. Maybe some fabric, but it's just something else to use for this wreath. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Margie, for your help with this wreath. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on YouTube here and Facebook and all that good stuff. And until next time, we'll see you in Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.